It was an office block, yes. It's a very challenging site. So we have Great One listed church behind us, as you can see. St. James Garlic Hive, designed by the same architect as St. Paul's, the Circus de Ferran. It's a beautiful church and very good neighborhood to have, but also we obviously had to be very mindful of it during the construction. From the two other sides, we have two office blocks which are adjacent to the site, so it's a very challenging place to build. And obviously Garlic Hill is a very narrow cobbled street, so you can't get too many trucks on it as well. So there were a lot of challenges to overcome during the construction. The previous owner, he also had a scheme for a boutique hotel, but it was quite a different scheme. He envisaged having a little atrium in the middle, and most of the rooms would be looking into it. But it was quite a small atrium, and I thought the rooms would be really dark, so we sat down with my architect and completely changed the scheme, which was again very challenging, because the site is so tight. Really had to work hard to find a scheme which would allow enough natural light into the rooms and still work for everyone. When we just opened, I thought, no way I would do something like that again. It was just such a difficult project. But on the other hand, I do enjoy challenging projects. It's very interesting to do something like that with the Ampersand. It was a very interesting project as well. The hotel is a beautiful Victorian building from 1888, but it was in a horrible condition when we bought it. So it was a refurbishment project to bring it back to life, to make it one of original boutique hotels as it used to be back in the day. So it really, from one hand, it's a very tough journey, but from the other hand, it's so rewarding to see when it all finally comes together. So at some point, I would definitely consider doing more projects, but the immediate priority here right now is obviously to make sure that this hotel is back to high occupancy, back to profitability, because now it's a very challenging time for everyone. When all this just started, I thought, right, this could be actually a good opportunity to buy some distressed assets and perhaps expand the hotel business, but now we've spent so much money just to keep afloat that I think taking on new projects in the near future is difficult. We're trying very hard to attract local market. And to attract local market, we're offering very good incentives. We're actually offering currently 40% off on our website for members. So if you register as a member, you can get a really good discount. You wouldn't you'll be able to get prices like this pre-COVID times. We're very much used to international travelers. 80% of our mix, and I think generally the mix in Central London, are coming from overseas, especially from the US. And now that the Americans are not coming, the Europeans are not really coming either. There is just too much capacity in London, and we're all sitting here being on very low occupancy, fighting to get local clients, offering really good incentives. But it's, we're not running at a profit, we're running at a loss. Nobody expected that London would be effectively shut for international travelers. I mean, with the quarantine in place, it's pretty much not an option at all. So it's very, very tough without, for any, I think, big city who are used to being the center of the world. Now they effectively shut from the rest of the world, and it's just a bit sad, really, when London feels empty. I think most people now are a bit tired of dull corporate hotels where you have exactly the same room wherever you travel to Hanoi or Dallas. It's exactly the same property. I think modern travelers want to experience the location. Even if they're coming for business, they still want something different, something unique. They don't want to wake up in the morning and trying to remind themselves, where am I? So I think it's really important when a hotel is rooted to its location, is inspired by its location. So Vintry Mercer is inspired by the city of London. Vintry and Mercer are one of the historic guilds of the city of London, and Winners Hall is just behind us, and Mercer's Hall is just down the road. Winners are the guild of winemakers. Actually, where we are sitting right now, there used to be a ancient port, a hive. Used to be called garlic hive, because they used to bring garlic and wine here on the ships. So wine was coming from Bordeaux, for example. And that's why the Guild of Winemakers, the Winners, is located just here. And Mercers are the textile merchants. That's why when we walk around the rooms, you can see rich textiles, which are on the bed heads and which decorate the walls. And I think that's why this property is different, because we are very much inspired by the history of what was happening here, but also about what's happening today. I think Britain is at the forefront of modern technology and ecological values. That's why we're a very eco-friendly hotel. We have solar panels on the roof. We have a lot of plants in the building. We're very efficient in terms of using our energy. Most of our energy comes, I think it's about 99%, comes from renewable resources. So it's a blend of history and modern cutting-edge technology.